So a few weeks ago, we talked about this tweet, Bernie Sanders, where he wrote, "Is it acceptable to you that while two people own more wealth than the bottom 40% of this country, half of our people live paycheck to paycheck? Seniors are unable to hear or to see the world around them, and new moms are guaranteed zero paid days to spend with their baby." So that's what kind of caught our attention. And I told Sam, I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no paid maternity leave in the US. And you were like, I think you were a bit hesitant, but or you hadn't really thought about how that's the
No,
case.
I just thought it would probably differ on some states because I would imagine New York or East Coast and West Coast are somewhat more progressive on some issues, although or Vermont or Rhode Island, that type of place.
Yeah. So I mean, there seem to be. I looked into a little bit, but starting kind of with the comments left by some of our commenters. So there seemed to be a little bit of nuance, but I don't even think it's as good as you imagine, based on what I've
Mm.
read. So a few
Yeah,
of
yeah, it
them,
seems so.
yeah. So KCN wrote that federal employees get 4 months of paid maternity leave as of last year. So that's a bit of good news, but only federal employees. Then Enlier Cheats wrote that some very few employers offer Family Medical Leave Act. There is no mandated leave for any medical reason. And then someone wrote the FMLA is a federal law. So yes, there is mandated leave for certain reasons. The big problem is that it's unpaid leave. So yes, maternity leave in the United States is regulated by US labor law. So I just got this from Google. The Family and Medical Leave Act of 93 requires 12 weeks of unpaid leave annually for mothers of newborn or newly adopted children if they work for a company with 50 or more employees. So there is a federal law that requires people to get maternity leave, but all this law does is really protect the person's job. They don't get paid. And Rob Turner also
Yeah,
wrote that,
something.
yeah,
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, just the
I'll
last
ask after.
comment and I'll give it to you. And then I also found I have a little bit of information globally about maternity leave. And Rob Turner wrote that no maternity leave in US, you have to use vacation and it's expensive to have a baby in hospital. Yeah, so it seems like there is maternity leave, but it's unpaid maternity leave. Yeah, so that's thank you for
I wa-
keeping the
uh,
job, but yeah, go ahead.
I wondered if, I mean, because I know in the US and as in some other countries, health insurance is connected to your employment. Does that health insurance in, like, if you have a relatively, let's say, good job, does that health insurance covers, uh, and like, I don't know if pregnancy does count as a medical emergency, or I don't know how
Oh,
they classify
the
these things.
cost of
So
it. You mean the cost of having a baby, like going to the
not just
hospital and all that?
or yeah, the cost of it, and I suppose like maybe there are some insurances that would insure you for like missing out 1 month of work. So instead of
Highly,
getting paid by the employer, I highly doubt it, but I was just thinking that because it's kind of a medical thing, it's not a medical issue per se, but yeah, it's so
but
weird.
no,
I
no,
mean, yeah,
insurance never covers it that way. But you said
that's why
something about
single
people
payer
who have a
system is.
good, sorry?
Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was
No,
gonna
it's just
say,
that's why single payer system is the best because it's just removes all these confusions. To be honest, that's
but
what.
that would still have
Yeah.
nothing to do
Anyways,
with maternity leave, though. That's just for the cost at the
no,
hospital.
but maybe I don't know. I thought maybe there might be insurance that like pays for the time you're missing out on work. It's not, again, it's not maternity paid leave, but it's a sort of a replacement option. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I highly doubt that
I'm
exists.
yeah, I just googled it and I'm not coming up
No,
with
that
anything.
definitely
So,
doesn't
but I'm gonna
exist.
look into.
But one thing that you
Yeah,
said, people who have
fair.
good jobs, maybe they get maternity leave. So that's true. I saw one stat that
Based on their contracts.
25% of the private sector, so quarter of the private sector apparently offers paid maternity leave, but it's just a quarter of it. So not everyone, and it's
And it's not
no law or
mandate.
anything. And yeah, so I sent you this Guardian article. I don't know if you looked at it, but it's based on a report that UNICEF did, and pretty much the conclusion that they reached as
Oh,
with maternity leave, US policy is worst on list of the world's richest countries. And they're pretty much the only OECD developed country that doesn't offer paid maternity leave. And then you see for some countries, Sweden has like 35 weeks, Chile 30 weeks. They're saying UK 12 weeks, Mexico even 12 weeks, Australia not so much, around 8. And Estonia apparently has the most, where 84 weeks of full rate apparently. So female workers on average salary in Estonia can take job
84,
protected leave
that's like
when they give birth and continue taking home full wages for the first 18 months of their child's life. I mean,
yeah,
I
that's
don't know if
more than
it's
a year.
true. I don't know how.
Is that, I don't know if I agree with that even necessarily, but okay. Like I'm not, I agree with like, but this seems a bit extra. 18
Yeah.
months? What are
But
you? Okay,
I mean,
right.
I imagine in a good world, you would at least need to give 3 months because you need a month before. Also, there's also like before, while
Oh,
working until the
well,
last
yeah,
day,
yeah, yeah.
a little bit
Of course,
before,
couple
and
of months before I would say.
yeah, and a good like 2 months after. So that
No, I
already
think
rings it.
6 months,
Makes
6
sense.
months after, 3 months before makes sense. But like 18 months after, it feels like, I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, I would say I do think women or men who stay at home and raise children should get some compensation. Although I don't know because it would encourage childbirth. So I don't know. So
I
yeah, I
don't
have
think
to
it'll
think
go
about
that far. I don't think it would
it.
encourage that much. I mean, it's something definitely to explore. I don't think it's the worst idea you've ever had. But yeah, US, I don't think this is no shock to anyone, is like
Yeah,
the
that's
bottom
crazy.
when it comes
That's
to developed countries or OECD countries, however you want to put it.
this is, yeah, I mean, yeah, US, I would say, and to a lesser extent UK, they're not quite as centralized as some other countries, developed countries. So it's always surprising to see such a hodgepodge of, like, there is not a central law for,
Yeah.
you know,
Um,
such a, I thought it's, again, it reminds me of the fact that there was no law against like publishing pictures of people's, like, I just can't believe there are no laws about some stuff,
yeah.
private pictures and that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I guess there is a law, but it's just it's just that you get to keep your job. But okay,
No,
so
it's about, the law is about unpaid leave.
yeah. So at least they protect your work. I mean, I mean, if you're gonna lose your job on top of that, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Can I
But
just come back? Yeah, but won't pay you shit though. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, replaced you. Um, but okay, I mean, I'm sure this is no breaking news for anyone, but we had just not thought about it, and people in the comment section seem to have enjoyed that tweet
And
and that
it's
story, so
a
I thought to look
huge
into it a
issue.
bit. Oh, 100%.
And it's a
And
huge, and for some reason, I don't know if it's true about other political channels or stuff, but I rarely take a look at our dashboard, but like about 90% of our viewers are male. So I do think, yeah, it's good to, yeah, women issues should be covered to
yeah,
expand our viewers at least.
no, 100%. Sometimes we go around 80 for some stories, but yeah, usually it's around 90% male. However, the female ones seem to be relatively vocal for their size because they do
Yes,
leave some
that's
comments
that's
here and
great.
there.
Yeah.
So that's good.